Good morning, folks. It is 8:01 a.m. in the morning. It is December 2nd, 2025. And we're going to do a morning weigh-in. Ooh, pull the scale out here.
Hello. Please step on the scale.
I finally found my older camera. I'm using it because the memory card's about full on the other one.
Your weight is 267.6 pounds.
Alright, so 267.6. So no change from yesterday. And I got a lot to talk about as far as yesterday is concerned. So yesterday morning I started out by doing this video about the soup that I made and talked about in my previous video from yesterday. So I wound up eating that soup for breakfast, part of it, and part of it later in the evening yesterday. But I went to a restaurant. It's a buffet style restaurant. There's several of them around, and I wanted to get some beans while I was out. Just doing running errands and things, and I wanted some beans. So there was this one place I knew I could get some. When I knew I could get pintos there. So when I got there, I got my first plate. It was pintos and some baby lima beans, and I also got some cabbage and carrots that were cooked together, along with some turnip greens there. And those were my two non-starchy vegetables in that plate. Very delicious, very good, very high volume in that plate of beans, as you can see. But that was not my only plate. I went back for a second plate of beans. Just the beans this time, with the lima and the pinto. And also this time I got some black eyed peas into the mixture. I'm not crazy about black eyed peas, but I got them just because they are on the protocol. They're a bean, so I got them. But yeah, that was a lot of food. That was a lot of food. That was basically all in itself 4 meals worth of food. So that's kind of what I want to talk about this morning. Because yesterday I talked about, very long fasting protocols and uh, and deficit with calories and all of that in yesterday's talk. And everybody was, kind of, in difference of opinion about that, as far as what I was reading in the comments. But let me compare a little bit. Okay, so let's just say I was in a calorie deficit eating that way, and that's the way I eat every day. Uh, I know it's the Mary's Mini and I'm not supposed to, but I also eat a lot of bread to stave off hunger. I use this Nature's Own honey wheat here. That was a whole package of bread yesterday. And also, you seen on that second plate where I had two dinner rolls, two just plain dinner rolls with the beans. So I had a very high volume of food yesterday, considering all of that, and did not even gain a pound at all. I didn't lose any, but I didn't gain any either. And my point is kind of this: I didn't have to measure or count or worry about anything as far as that goes. I just kind of let the diet do and speak and work for itself. So I'm going to use the standard American diet as my example because this is something I used to do, and this is something I used to do to compete against people on other diets who were doing protocols, crazy protocols like sardine fasting and BBB&E. And what we all discovered together as a group, because those videos are on this channel too. As a group, what we discovered was that type of restriction involved accurate counting in order to either have a standstill like what I had this morning, or to actually drop pounds, or maybe even gain. So, like, if I ate all of those beans, and I have no idea what their calories are, high volumes of food now, high volumes of food filling up the stomach, beans and vegetables, and a little bit of bread thrown in every now and again, which I know that's not technically part of the Mary's Mini, but I told you don't hold me 100% accurate to everything, because I'm not. I'm about 98% in everything I do, and that is a good thing because that lets you know that, hey, look, if you need to have that extra food thrown in there from time to time, then you're not gonna destroy your results by doing it. Um, but if I was gonna do, let's say, just a McDonald's meal, and let's just use like a regular quarter pounder meal. Uh, Whether you weigh with the French fries, and let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. We're gonna throw in a large Diet Coke with no calories. So we're probably facing around anywhere from 14 to 1600 calories in a meal like that. That at a calorie deficit, you can be successful in weight loss by doing that. But you have to stop there. You have to stop there. You can't eat intuitively. You can't even throw in the foods that I ate yesterday without what you've already eaten causing extra gain. That is that's something to really consider. When you're thinking about the discussion. Because look, if I get hungry, I can just eat. I can just eat. I don't have to worry about undoing or damaging results that have already been achieved by eating this way. I think that's a bigger part of the conversation that needs to be considered when we're talking about being in a deficit down in the comment section, because I know for a fact that 4 hamburger patties a day is around 1,400 calories. You know, 4 hand patted uh, hamburger patties. You know, decent size, cooked in whatever. You're gonna have to stop. And I've seen that very type of meal actually, you know, do the same thing, cause a standstill. And by the time them four hamburger patties are getting out of your system, you feel like you're hungry. But if you push any further, then you got to undo your results. Alright folks, so let me give you a rundown of my soup here. This is my beans and some crushed tomatoes and some regular tomatoes in the crock pot. I just put it in there. This is my vegetables. I got them cooking now. We'll run you down on that real quick. We got carrots shredded. We got the frozen cauliflower. We got shredded mushrooms and shredded onion right here beside the carrots. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm going to get this hot so that will start cooking a little faster. Otherwise it'd all be mixed in the crock pot now. So get my crushed tomatoes in there. First can. Get that stirred up in there a little bit there. Let me go ahead and add my tomatoes here. That I got a can of regular diced tomatoes there. Well, not regular. The basil, garlic, and oregano tomatoes there. Basically, we just want to get this real nice and hot, and we're going to dump it over into that soup pot there. Ooh, that is quite thick. Quite thick. That is what we want. We want a thicker soup. I'm really digging the carrots and stuff right now in my food. Okay, second can of crushed tomatoes. And that should get things rolling right there. At this point, you want to put in whatever you like to season it with. Since some of these tomatoes already have sodium in them, I'm not adding any extra salt. But I'm almost out of this, but I'm going to add what I got left of this holy garlic in there, because that gives you like some black pepper and some garlic at the same time. And last time I just used this butt rub that I got. It's got a bunch of different seasonings in it. It's pretty good, and I'm just gonna try to use it up. I got another whole jar of it. Got a little bit of this ground ginger, just because ginger has good benefits in general. Add some of that in there as well, and that should do it for seasoning. That should do it for seasonings. So use whatever you like. Any kind of seasoned salt or Cajun seasoning will work. But basically, we're just going to get this really hot, and before it's even really started to cook too well, we're just basically doing this for the heat. Nothing else, no other reason than that. my seasonings got stuck on the lid there. But there you go in a nutshell. So that is the same soup that I showed you this morning in the video. That's what it's going to make all over again. And oh, I almost forgot one thing. The TVP. This adds a little bit of a meaty texture to it, along with all that veggie ground. It kind of really helps out. It's optional if you don't like it. I understand. I'm just going to add a little bit there and a little bit there. Don't want to overkill it with it. It'll hydrate, and the warmer it gets, the more it hydrates. So that'll give it a little bit of a meat chew in there as well. Alright, so yeah, now that is it. That is how you make it. For those of you who are interested in trying it for yourself, and add as many or little beans as you like. There's 3 cans of black beans in there. Mix it up with different beans. There's no wrong way to do it. But I promise you, you give it a try, it will be good. Tell me what you think down in the comments, folks. That's all I got for this video. So until the next one, you folks have a good one.